Hey, welcome back to Revachol, where we have the sad task of telling this lady the sad news about her husband. Now, we've already learned in the past we can walk around these places with reckless abandon once we're in. Packages of humanitarian aid, macaronis. I can't actually go. Oh, I can't go in there, it seems. Some leftovers kept warm on a stovetop. Smells like buckwheat and onions in here. Yum, yum. An empty pack of red Astra cigarettes hidden under the bed. The same brand of cigarettes you found in the trash next to the deceased. Windows covered in old newspaper clippings. Oh, thought. Can't they afford curtains? Well, maybe this is like some sort of conspiracy theory she's working out. A chalk drawn a height chart for children's growth over the years. So they have children, it seems. Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just wandering around your house. A textbook for high school, mathematics, trigonometry mostly. The clock is ticking away with an odd cheerfulness. Its ticking makes you anxious, rings hollow in the room. Posters of contemporary pop stars adorn the walls. All right, ma'am, I'm really sorry to be the bearer of this news.
It's you, from the bookstand.
She just looks at you for a moment without knowing what to do. Oh my goodness, it is her.
I don't think I introduced myself properly. I'm Billie. Would you like something to drink? Or tea, lemonade? We're out of coffee.
She looks around the kitchen. The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them in his handkerchief for now. You're on your own here. He must feel vulnerable without his glasses. Is this why he's letting you take the lead? Thanks, but I'm all right. I don't really need a drink. Is this about Victor, my husband? Is he in some kind of trouble again? I can come pick him up in the station if that's what... She stops, her eyes trying to read answers from your face. Something changes in her expression. No, this is something much worse. Is he in hospital? How bad is it? Okay. How about some small talk before you break the news, says Rhetoric. So how have you been? How have I been? She shakes her head. You're not here to discuss me. What is this about, officer? Can't write a scene without knowing the actors. Ask more, get comfortable around her. I noticed you were cooking something. People gotta eat. She rubs her hands together, anxious. What is this about? Why are you suddenly asking me about my cooking? You live here with Victor, your husband, right? It's me, Victor, and the kids here, she nods. We have 2 daughters, Jenny and Jolie. How old are your daughters? Jolie is 16, and Jenny is getting 18 next month. Look around. And where is everybody? I don't see anyone home. The girls are staying at their friend's place tonight, and Victor is out. Out where? He has a problem with drinking, and so he disappears every now and then. He's probably in the parks drinking with his friends. I sent him to the library a few days ago, but I guess something came up. She smiles sourly. To your knowledge, did he make it to the library? No, I guess I'll find out when he decides to come back home. She looks at the front door. It shouldn't be from long now. He's never gone for more than a few days. What was the name of the library? Oh, it's in Jamrock, the one at Merrow Street. I don't know the official name. Central Jamrock Public Library? I think yes, if that is the one on Merrow. It is. What was he supposed to do in the library? Just to return a book of mine. Why? She looks at you quizzically. Why all these questions, detective? Did he do something? Break something? It's a fool's hope. What was the name of the book? I think it was Thibault's The Glinting Curve. She tucks a strand behind her ear. It was pretty good. Do you remember what he was wearing when you last saw him? His old leather jacket. Can you describe it? It's just your average brown leather jacket, but he bought it as a teenager, so... What about the inner lining? Yes, she stops. The lining is hand-sewn. It's blue. I tried to make the thing more weatherproof since he's running around with it in the middle of winter. There's something else I have to tell you. Too much small talk made her anxious. Dang it. All right, hold it. Can I I don't want to do that just yet. Can I do anything with my clothes? Empathy is at nothing at all. This would give me some. Okay, that gives me +2. All that does is make up. So drama and rhetoric both screwed me over by asking me to make small talk. I can't talk to her till I do this breakthrough. Apricot chewing gum scented one. August 2nd, early late summer. You're getting off the streetcar in Les Jardins, east of the river. Her father and mother are middle class. The nylon of her little jacket rustles next to you, in the dark, like autumn leaves. Her heels click on the pavement. You're walking up to the gate in front of her parents' house. She takes out her chewing gum, and you kiss her. A feeling like electricity flows through your whole body. Immediately you know that you've entered a completely different world. +2 to perception, betrayal lingers everywhere. Man, all right. I never did the date of birth generator. No research bonus. Huh, I might do that one, but I want to get another point first. Purple. Honorable one, you have accumulated a substantial amount of honor points on your life path. You're a man most virtuous. There were honor points? Of course there were honor points. Did you think no one was paying attention to all of your honorable deeds, honorable one? Well, I'll only try my best. It's almost any of us can do. On the the modesty on this one. Another 10 honor points for you, sir. You are on the fast track to becoming one of the rarest, most revered of all police officers, an honor cop. Is it honor some sort of archaic concept? Living in the name of virtue and doing noble deeds while expecting nothing in return is not archaic. How can you even think that? Well, maybe because I observe the world around me. Selflessness forms the basis for the warrior code, an ageless code as fit for nomadic Ilmarian tribes traversing the vast red plateau in Provincia Guardi as it is for your neighborhood postman. It sounds rather arrogant, a secretive self-regard. No. You see, you're putting the needs of others above yours. You get nothing in return, not even praise. You always get the short, noble end of the stick. Ah, whether 'tis nobler. Don't think about it too much, just say it. Are you ready to get knee-deep in honor? I mean, I really don't care about honor at all. You continue to display such humility. This is to be admired. Refusing praise for your personal integrity is most honorable indeed. This honor thing feels overwhelming. Maybe I should open my heart to it. Good. You feel its presence. Now you're ready for the rite of honor. Even among the honorable, only the most dignified are deemed worthy, but you, O honorable one, have excelled in honor. Honor comes from deep within you, and to truly know oneself, to know one's honor, one must reach deep within oneself and touch one's honor. Okay. You need to bring the thumb of your right hand, your sword hand, to your rectum and stick it there to form the arch of honors. You're crazy if you think I'm going to stick a finger in my ass. No way. Or what? What if someone comes and sees me? I'll start with that. Then they will witness honor so great it seems nigh impossible a single man can contain it. They'll admire you, honorable one. You're crazy if you think I'm just going to stick a finger in my ass. No way. Most dishonorable are those who have known about honor, carried honor in their hearts, and then disowned honor. They are the honor fallen. You brought much shame on your family today. Your name will be forever tarnished by this most shameful of deeds. Be forever banished, shameful one. Oh man, if that's shame, I'm all for it. All right, let's see. This is the best chance I've got. Big money. Oh, good. You've done this before. Just keep your focus. Just myself, God, or to say he's dead like that. Yes, that's the most important thing. Use that word. No euphemisms. This is what you came for. Ma'am, I'm very sorry to say, but your husband, Victor MeJean, was found dead on the Martinez boardwalk. She blinks. What did you say? What did you say? Your husband, Victor MeJean, is dead. I'm very sorry for your loss, ma'am. Oh. She touches her neck, eyes pale like pearls in seawater. Oh, she says again. But he was just. She goes to the kitchen table where 2 cigarette butts are still on the tray. But he was just here, alive. We understand this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner, he points to you, are here for you if you have any questions. Take your time, ma'am. What happened to him? She turns to you. Her neck and cheeks are covered with red blotches. Her double chin is shaking. It's still early to say, but at first glance it seems like he slipped and hit his head. Was he drunk? Alcohol... We don't know yet, but we'll let you know when the results arrive. I see. She withdraws, trying to picture the scene. And you just found him there, lying in the cold. How long had he been there? If you say 2 days, maybe, it will be etched in her mind forever. It couldn't have been long. She blinks, eyes welling up with tears, as her hands start searching for something from the pockets of her dress. The handkerchief. No words, just give her the lieutenant's handkerchief. A small, terrified smile quivers on her face as she takes the handkerchief and wipes away the tears. She looks disoriented. Is there anyone we could call for you? A friend, a family member, someone who could be here for you? No. She breathed in. I just need to tell my girls. The air gets sucked out of her lungs suddenly. Unreal. God, should I call them? Should I tell them to come home? No, a day. No, I trust empathy a fair bit. No, take a day to recover. You'll be better prepared when they come home tomorrow. Good, that's probably the right thing. Thank you. She nods with a wretched expression. Just tell me, what do I need to do next? Where is he? Can I see him? We've taken him to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral. Here's his number in case you want to contact him earlier. A very good call. He hands her a leaflet with the morgue's contact information. Is there anything else the RCM could do for you? No. I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still. She rubs her face, runs her fingers over her cheeks that have become numb. Thank you. She looks down. Thank you for telling me. I'll call if... She runs out of breath. Again, I'm very sorry, ma'am. Lieutenant nods at the woman, then looks back at you and voice lowered. We should step outside and talk. Set the library card by her. Leave the room. That was heavy. All right, you want to talk, Kim?
You did well.
Lieutenant says as soon as you're at the apartment. The balcony feels cool and quiet with a stunning view over the district. Nod. What now? I'll call this station when we're finished with the day and let them know the name of the deceased. That's it? That's it. We should get back to our case now that our duty is done here. What about Billie and her kids? They'll manage. They have to. It's not your place to live their lives. Right. This is closed then. He nods. Let's go. All right. So that's done. I want to... Before we head back down to the south part of town, I want to see if I've got... Oh, I could have got... Oh, it's -1 empathy. Okay. I want to get some more conceptualization, which might not make any difference to anything, but if nothing adds, then nothing does. I have a +1. As long as I don't have any minuses, I could put this back on too. But as long as I don't have any minuses to conceptualization, then I feel like I must, though. No, I really don't. Then I want to go and paint this wall. I think it doesn't really matter what I painted at this point. I'll just put something on it. Maybe I'll put something like uplifting, because uplifting seems to be in short supply around here. So it might be nice if we could kind of add to that a little bit. So let's give that a try. So what shadow lies there beneath the bright gleam, or something beautiful is going to happen? This sounds very uplifting. I'm going to write that. Something beautiful is going to happen. You've spoken. The wall will now silently repeat the message. For a decade or so, until the sea air degrades the paint, adding another layer of detritus to the city. Very poetic. Lieutenant nods in appreciation. It doesn't sound sincere. Real poetry. Should we return to our murder investigation? I hear there's a really bad one we're supposed to solve. Oh, Kim. You're so sarcastic at me. Fair enough, but it's true. All right, let's get back down. What I want to do now, what I'm really keen on working out here is, we can ask the washerwoman about bullet in the shack, but also determining the shot where the thing came back from. And I don't want to report back to place until I get the dice from the dice maker. The doomed, I guess I could talk to Gart about the doomed hostel as long as I'm running around. Ooh, what's this? There's something down there. The musty smell of a potato cellar in spring emanates from the air vents, but I can't do anything about it. I think I maybe was down there when I was like in the basement of the area below. Oh, wait a minute. I'll talk to Gart real quick. Just, Gart, man, talk to me, bro. Oh, I should tell her about seeing her husband, too.
Hey, was there something you needed?
There was. Well, bringing them that new bird, she made a difference in his attitude. I started to think it's a whirling. There's a peephole in the wall. Gart, what if I told you we got into the back room behind the blue steel door? Oh, okay, well. He controls his excitement well. I did hear you make noise back there, so good for you. It takes a lot of willpower not to ask. Obviously, he's been wanting to know what's behind the door. Aren't you going to ask me what's back there? Okay, what is back there? Pinball machines, a pinball workshop. Haha, I knew it. I always wondered where those machines, where the door came from. And they told me there was some kind of pinball thing here, too. I knew it, he repeats. Were there any back there? In working order, I mean. Didn't check. Or why? Do you want to play a game? I might be up for a game. No, I was just wondering. He appears to be making a calculation in his head. If you found pinball machines there, he was wondering about something business related, about how much money he could make off one. Thinking of turning this place back into a pinball arcade? He scowls. No, but we could diversify the entertainment options. Seeing as you've opened the door back there, the machine we have in the corner now is broken. It wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here. Other than the hellish karaoke machine, that one's always causing trouble. Yeah, those numbers adding up must be making good sense to him right now. Sounds like he cares about the place. He's not going to be overjoyed to hear it's part of the doomed commercial area. He should still know, if to be forewarned about these things. I have to warn you, I may have discovered that whirling is part of the doomed commercial area. What? He looks mighty startled. Why would you say that? We're at a completely different address from that whole thing. So he knows the doomed commercial area and its address. He's thought about this. The whirling is listed on the intercom outside as one of the businesses in Building B. Usually your wiring fixed. I tried to call and couldn't reach you. I've been working here for a long time. The intercom has never been used by the whirling. The whirling was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade, which failed, though perhaps the whirling will escape the curse. Does this look like part of a doomed commercial area? He makes a sweeping gesture. This pre-revolutionary tile work, these high ceilings, these nice rooms, well, most of the rooms. For 14 years, man. That's how long I've worked here. I get this place up through hail and through sleet. Fuck me, if some doom ghost, he studies his voice. He's done a fine job too. Though he's spoken of the place dismissively before, the hostel is actually very important to him. You really care about the whirling, huh? Yeah, he sighs. It's slowly growing on me again. It's beautiful in its own way, especially for this neighborhood. I've been trying to keep it that way. even if it is part of the damn doomed commercial area. You shouldn't be so worried about that label, you know. I don't place much stock in the curse and so on, but the label frightens the clientele. Who wants to stay at a doomed hostel? Everything's doomed enough without that. Who owns this place? Some real estate management company. They never come around here, just collect money from afar. Honestly, I think some money laundering might be involved. And who named it Whirling in Rags? Well, it sure as hell wasn't the real estate company. It was you? You look surprised? What? It's a great name. I know, cafeteria managers come up with great names too. It's from a song. A song? Hail Holy Queen by the Ateneers. Hail Holy Queen of the Sea, he quotes. You're whirling in rags. You're vast and you're sad. Good pick, Lieutenant nods. Well, and what about the other cafeterias you manage? What about them, he shrugs. One is a basement dive frequented by chain-smoking communists. I can't tell you how sick I am of Kraz Mazov and Ignace Nielsen and all those old ghosts. He's hesitating, not sure if he should share this information with you. Encourage him. And the others? The other is a kebab cart. It's very successful in its way, but it's nothing like the whirling. Well, good luck to you with this place, then. Luck has got nothing to do with it. He looks to where the hidden room is. I need to think about where I'm going to place those pinballs. I have a feeling they're going to help. Against the doom is implied. So if you didn't have anything else to tell me about my establishment, or can we, wrap it up? Well, there is a peephole in the wall. He startles. What wall? Upstairs in the secret back room, right next to Claudier's bedroom. I found it when I found the pinball machines. I'll have it fixed at once. Thank you for letting me know. I assure you, the whirling does not abide spying on its guests. All right, you've been notified. Thank you, I'll patch it up personally. Was something else about the establishment? I hope not. Should I tell the Claudier nicked the phone line? I don't want to scare her away, so no, I'm not going to do that. So goodbye. Let's talk to the...
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
She sounds glad to see you. I ran into your husband on the coast. The old woman clasps her hands together over her blanket. Goodness, how is he? Did he say why he hasn't returned yet? He's fine, ma'am. As we had suspected, he couldn't get back earlier because the water lock on the canal was broken. Now he's just finishing up some work. Oh, yes, that's my morale. He's bound to catch a cold staying out there for so long. But I am so relieved to hear that he's okay. Thank you for putting an old woman's heart at ease, even if even a little. You haven't, however. There are dangers out there. Our aging bodies fail. Her heart won't rest until Morel is safely back with her. You never told me you've seen the phasmid. Oh, you don't want to hear about some old woman's ramblings. No, I really want to know. Reflexively, Lieutenant readies his familiar notebook. Well, it was summer, she starts. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one, many times my height, I remember. When all of a sudden... Wait, where was this now? How old were you? I'm getting ahead of myself. I was 5.5 in Bentecord in the suburbs. My grandmother had a summer home there. She just started forming memories, real memories, of the billowy haze of infanthood. Betancourt got bombed in the war. It used to be quite near. CA 20 kilometers from here. What happened? The strangest moment of my life. I looked up and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy. I've never seen anything like it. I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. She looks at you. After a while, 20 seconds, a minute went, maybe, it left. It went into the reeds. Did you follow it? I tried, but I was an only child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there, knee-deep in mud, looking around me. Where did you go? Don't go. Then what? I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk and told her they were looking at me. She chuckles. Of course, she just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd seen. For years, it was a story I told at parties, what I wanted to impress boys, that sort of thing. She brushes her hair back. Of course, most people just look at it as a strange, amusing anecdote. So I did I, honestly, but then I met Morel. We were on our first date when I told him my story. You should have seen his face. She smiles. He said my descriptions match the phasmid down to a T. Its white marble limbs, the way it moved. So that's how they met. This is beyond significant for them. Thank you for sharing this with me. I don't think I should pry anymore. I'll conclude. You are welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it whenever I get one. It was just, she sighs, such an impossibly sunshiny day. So warm. And she could get up and walk right into the reeds on her own, into the mud, anywhere. Well, that's all for now, ma'am. All right, I might want to talk to these people yet again with as much esprit de corps as I can get on me. So that will give me some more. Any shirts give me more? It's a +1 right now. Hold on. This jacket will as well, but it would be a trade. I thought something else gave me some extra. Maybe it's that maybe something else is going on. Anyway, let's...
Again, I can't believe this shit.
He shakes his head, looking like he really is having trouble believing this shit. He might be wearing a disguise. Cool shades. You wearing a disguise? Yes, it's a hobby of mine. He looks at you inquisitively, as if waiting for some kind of reaction or response, something to click. It's not happening, though. Who is this guy? Okay, then see you around.
Yes? What is it?
All right. I think that's them. I don't think I have any ability to really get info out of them. Let's get back down south. Or is this south? I think of this as south. And see if we can find those places where maybe or maybe not there was our victim was shot. Creaking ahead, a broken axle grinding. I've already seen my wrecked car, though. Actually, rather than starting with... I should talk to this lady about the bullets. The old... not them, not the drunkards. Wait, what's this? Have I looked at these before? Nope. Okay. Don't know if those like fill up overnight maybe, or if it was just I missed it last time around. But all right, ma'am.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Why was there a bullet under the floorboards of your shack? God damn that girl, she murmurs softly. A bullet? Lieutenant turns to you and gives you a little nod. Then she turns to the washerwoman. You didn't put it there, did you? She did. Gone and hid things in there. She shakes her head. She's usually a good tenant, and not a stupid one either. You rented the room to her. The woman sits in silence, her hands moving into the water bucket. Some water sloshes over the edge. Slowly she speaks, wringing out a rag. Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl. As I've done before when she's been in trouble or just looking for solitude, I've made it clear. We welcome all kinds of people here. When was this? She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry. Her wrinkled hand kneads a blue rag into the water. What has she gotten herself into, that girl? She seems genuinely worried about her previous tenant. She's seen her hiding out from trouble before, but this seems different. That's for the police to find out, says Kim. Lieutenant takes out his familiar blue notebook. Right then, please answer each question to the best of your ability. I'm sure we have a few. You said she left on Monday? Yes, early with the dogs. Around 8 o'clock, I think. Is the room exactly as she left it? I cleaned it like I always do. Was there anything else there? No. The truth, sire. What is she like, Ruby? She's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman. She rubs her cold hands together. At my age, you don't get a lot of quality conversation, so I really appreciate that about her. Did she talk to you much during her last stay? No, she was mostly silent this time, kept to herself. What do you mean? She'd try not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines, but this time she mostly stayed in her room. Why do you think she left the bullet there? How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent. She doesn't go around toting a gun. She looks back towards her shack, thinking. You could ask her about your hunch, that it was a desperate measure, see if she thinks Ruby fits the bill. I have a possible explanation in my mind.
Aye, do tell.
A seagull flies overhead, obviously a bad omen. It's an exit plan.
Exit from what?
This. Spread your hands. Lieutenant stops writing for a moment. He looks at you, then at the old woman. She tilts her head to the side, looking up at you, deep in thought. Then she makes up her mind.
No, she is a fighter.
She really believes that. I heard she was a heavy drinker with anger issues. You ever witnessed that kind of behavior?
Nothing of the sort.
She shakes her head.
Sure, she was no stranger to the bottle. She fit in that way. But I only knew her to have a beer on the beach while watching the sunset.
The sun sets for everyone.
She isn't what you'd call a drunk. She even offered me some from time to time. Said it was part of the count on your life. But I never saw her lose control of herself the way some people do.
Yeah, a little shade towards me there. Did she have any technical equipment with her, like radio stuff?
Not that I know of, though she was into nice music. She once showed me a few mixtape melodies she made.
She brushes her forehead with the back of her hand. Water drips to the ground.
Although I guess she was pretty handy with the mechanical and technical stuff. Even fixed a heater in the shack. You should be thankful for that.
She may simply have kept the equipment elsewhere. Where did she go?
I don't know. Further up the coast. She tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screeched like a cat in heat. Woke me up. I heard her rushing in those heavy boots heading up north.
It's a peninsula. She might be trapped. After a moment of silence, she says,
You'll never find her, you know.
Her tone was without malice.
She knows the coast like the back of her hand. You only just arrived.
I wouldn't worry about that, ma'am. We're persistent. Further up the coast we go, then.
Are you sure you wouldn't rather stay here, get a nice cozy fire going in the heater?
She drops the rag into the bucket. It's clean now.
Seems like a better idea to me.
The Feld electric mural. You feel like you should go look at it again. Step closer this time. Okay, I need to go look at that mural again. All right. I found this jacket, but it's filthy. Could you wash it for me?
I can wash it for you,
she says after looking the jacket over.
but it's going to take about half an hour. Think you can stay put for that long?
Hell yeah. I could use a breather. It's been another track and field day, Lieutenant says, rubbing his thighs. So yeah, I'll wait.
Well, hand it over then. I'll see what I can do.
Fallenberger.
Must say, I'm proud of this one, she nods, handing the jacket back to you. It's pretty nice underneath all that filth. I hope it'll have an easier life in your hands.
Well, goodbye. I am off.
One thing, officer, if you do find her, please go easy on her.
She looks around. The air is getting colder. She really means it. It's an honest plea.
She's a good girl, whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in.
All right. Well, this looks like a really good place to take a break before we go and look at that mural again. So that will be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon.